Well, LifeBlood, this is George G, and the time is right. Welcome to today's guest, strong and powerful Danielly Rocha. Danielly, are you ready to do this?
Yes, I am.
All right, let's go. Danielly is the founder of Danielly's Fitness. They're an organization providing corporate wellness training programs to help people to train not only their bodies, but their minds as well. Danielly, tell us a little bit about your personal life, some more about your work, and why you do what you do.
So my personal life, I'm from Brazil, originally from Brazil, came to United States 2009. And I started as a regular immigrant. I got to know fast food and I started became my best friends. Like, remember those times, buy one, get one free? I used to
Yeah,
eat both for lunch. And I got to know fast food in some countries like Brazil, it's really, really expensive. So I started eating a lot, and the life here is really fast. Go, go, go. Park as close as you can. And I started gaining a lot of weight. And as a regular person that trying to lose weight, I bought a diet books. Did I finish reading them? No, I still have it. Uh, I went to treadmills for like 1 hour, like a regular person do it. Go to the gym, sign up for the gym, just to go to the treadmill for 1 hour and go home. And did not know how to eat because my diet was a lot of black beans and rice. Didn't like vegetables. So I did not know how to eat and really stress of life. So I understood really one day I woke up, I was watching TV. And I remember, do you know, like, of course, it's really popular, WWE.
sure.
I know, I was watching that. I still remember, I saw those ladies working out. I was like, what? And that day, I was like, that's done. I'm done. I'm going to start working out. So I started studying and studying a lot about nutrition, about mindfulness, about like how to lose weight and everything for me never go back. And I lost a lot of weight, 45 pounds, and started helping people for fun until someone asked me, can you train me? I was like, no. If I'll pay you, Danielle. If I, sure, when? And I was like, oh wow, is this can become a I didn't know we can get paid for that. And that's how you know when it's a passion.
Mm.
And I was like, because when it's free, if you can do something for free, when you get paid, it's so much easier. And I got a lot of certifications, understand more about the mindfulness. And I started this company 5 years ago. Now we have a few employees and helping people all around the United States.
Nice. It's always fascinating. So I don't mean to sort of ask a weird question, but so in Brazil, fast food is fairly expensive.
It is so expensive.
Huh.
It is, you have no idea how expensive it. No, right now today is kind of expensive too, but it is so expensive. It's more for I come from a family really well, like family, but it's still expensive.
Hmm.
You're a medium to high class, and I am medium to high class, but normally you go for people that makes their homemade hamburgers because it's not something that you're gonna have every day. Here, you can get one for like $2. That's never happened there.
Hmm. Yeah. Yeah. Well, that's a whole nother conversation about potentially the value of making fast food really expensive versus really inexpensive. But anyway.
Yeah.
All right. So wellness. I talk to people all day long about financial wellness, and it seems like it's on the tip of everybody's tongue lately, which I think is nothing but a good thing. But what is it really? What are you trying to help people to do?
So what I understood of my whole thing, of my process, that people are able to drive a car, they're able to control a lot, manage a lot of things, but they're not able to manage their own minds. They are not able to control the minds. People know how to use the brakes of the car to stop. They see a stop sign. Okay, I'm going to use the brakes. I'm going to stop. But they cannot do that for their own minds. They're not able to control or to get that power to exercise, or the power to stop themselves, to have their thoughts, control their cortisol, control the fight and flight response. So that's one thing I realized, that why I create wellness. I was able to teach people how to have the power to exercise, how to have the strength to understand the fight and flight, how to calm down, make sure they don't explode. So that way they can bring themselves, understand the situation, think before they say something, and so the cortisol is not really high in the morning. They're not so stressed out. So they're able to control, to manage the emotions. And that's one techniques that we teach.
So
and of course, you learn how to eat too.
Yeah, for sure. So how does the fight and flight versus flight play in?
So, okay, so let's say you stress in your day, and when you're stressed, when something happened, you have the hormone, the cortisol goes up. And the cortisol, normally you either go hunt for your food, or you're going to go for someone trying to attack you. You're going to run, or you're going to fight. Exactly. You're going to run, or you're going to fight for something. When this is cortisol, this is when you stress out. Today's days, we are living so stressed, and that's how it's supposed to be. You're supposed to be hunting or running. But sorry, let me get my thought here. So what do? We are keeping the stress, the cortisol up. And that's, imagine that you either run or flight. Your sugar blood goes to your body and stocks there. The sugar goes to the muscles, the stomach, they stay there, and people start gaining weight from that, because they supposed to use that glucose to run for their lives or fight for their lives. And they sometimes can cause headaches. People who are having headaches, they're more stressed out. They can't sleep because the cortisol is so high. The melatonin doesn't bring them down. And they're so worried about life, about everything. So when we learn to teach you techniques, meditation, mindfulness, to know what's going on with you, how to bring down, your cortisol goes down, and you start feeling better, not even lose weight, but feeling better about yourself, about understanding others, about more resilience.
So the thing that's kept us alive as human beings for millions of years, or however many years we've been on planet Earth, is that fight or flight response, which is naturally triggered when we're going to get eaten by an animal or we smell smoke in the building. But it's not serving us today because we're just so stressed out. So we're still getting that fight or flight instinct triggered by traffic or a bad email. And then cortisol spikes in my body, which is designed to help me run away or fight, but I'm not doing those things. I'm just sitting in my cubicle, and therefore I'm not. It's having a negative impact on my body, and it hurts my sleep, and it makes me fat.
Exactly. One of the things we say in Brazil, but only also when you stress out, you can contaminate other people around you. We say the fire never starts so big, it starts small. So one is stress here, a little more stress there, a little more stress there. That's when people start having anxiety or panic attacks or other things related to the mental health. And you also, you can do the other people around you. So let's say you stress out from work, and you can start come home for your kids and not having pay attention and still stressing out from work, and sometimes even explode on them for small things that you not, because you're so stressed out. So how to bring yourself down? And let me tell you, exercise will increase the cortisol. It is normal, because again, it's a fight and flight. Your sympathetic nervous system is all the way up. So you need to bring down, you need to bring the parasympathetic. The parasympathetic, I say, is a stop. You go and calm yourself down. So how do you do that? That's the thing. Sometimes you need help. You need help from other people to help you, some techniques, some breath techniques, how to bring your conscious. Because a lot of times things you start so stressed out, the things that start coming up out of your mouth is stressing people around you, having problems with relationships around you, unconscious. So be aware of them makes a lot of difference.
Yeah, if I'm just, sort of constantly doing it and not recognizing that it's happening, then that just becomes the way that things are. I'm just a stressed out person and I'm a jerk to my family and my kids and my coworkers. And it's just a sort of a death spiral that continues and continues until I recognize, oh, I guess I am a little stressed out. And instead of yelling or eating or drinking or smoking, I need to have these positive interventions like breath work or exercise or meditation or something like that.
Yes. So we combine everything. You combine meditation, but mindfulness to know the what it is really going on. And the thing is, we are not therapists. You will find your own answers. We will ask you, but you'll find your own answers through techniques of meditation. Like, for example, one thing that we do called shake and dance is one of the meditations. There is so many types of meditation out there. Meditation is mindfulness, control of your mind. So we like shaking this, you put a song and you let feel. Animals, they shake after they fight, after they run, as animals after the big fight, they do shake their body to release that the sympathetic, that like the nerve system, to release the stress, and they calm down after big run or big fight. They do that, even animals. So we do this. That's why a lot of people, when they do Zumba, they feel so good because they're releasing everything. And we do a genogram, behaviors that you learn from your family that sometimes you're not aware, but when you put in a paper, you start become aware that can be generations after generations after generations. I have clients that came to us and they showed that a relationship with a spouse comes from the family, the father, the siblings, everyone, the family were having a bad relationship. Patterns that you learn, even behaviors, how to eat. You learn that your family is not overweight, obesity, can be a DNA, but again, can be awakened. You can wake up now, or let the DNA be there, but you can still have a healthy eating, and don't wake up that DNA, the obesity. So that gene, don't wake up that gene. So you start looking the behaviors, how the family eats, and it's like my generation ate like that, my too, and my family, my grandparents, and start noticing even so small, even alcohol addictions. You see that's a lot in the family too. So patterns that you start to know, okay, let me stop. And of course, there's so many types of meditation that we work on, and we show you how your mind can be so powerful. You can sense things even through your mind. Athletes have been doing this. Kobe Bryant and so many other athletes, they notice that every time they use a guided imagery, because the body can sense, they start having better performance at the place, at the game, than the other athletes that they didn't do it. So I have our clients, they're athletes. We do meditation every day after the session, every day, for them to notice how their mind is so powerful.
I love it. And you work with organizations. So what is sort of the business case for this?
So the organizations, we teach them, again, they stress because they're so stressed. So we show them mindfulness. We teach them how to, because we have 30 minutes to eat. and they're swallowing the food, but they do this 5 times a week. What is the chance of them to do on the weekends? Because they are creating a habit, not connecting with the food. And we teach them mindful eating. Be connected with the food, even for 30 minutes. Learn how to, the time they're going to answer the email, because you can read an email two ways. You can read in an anger voice, and you can read that in an anger voice or in a happy voice. You decide how you want to read the email. So we teach you how to breathe. If you're stressed out, how to breathe and read the email and understand the other person next to you. Understand your coworker, have sympathy. You're going to learn that everyone going through things too. You're not the only person. So have a sympathy for others. And exercise. Exercise is a big thing on our company. So we do have a trainer. Any person can come for private personal training, or if companies, we do a group classes. It can be boot camp and yoga. So 30 minutes of boot camp and yoga. That way they're even working out, even group, or you can do via Zoom. We can record it for them and they can do it on their own time.
Love it. It's so fascinating that the things that we think are, that we take for granted, that we think are so obvious, like breathing, but there are so many different ways that we can make changes and techniques that can improve our life so vastly. But if we don't know, if we don't do it, if we're not paying attention, then we're not going to know. Then we're not going to do it. So many little things, and those little things add up to really big things. So
yeah, it's really big. And I have clients that came to us that they are dealing with big things: breast cancer, prostate cancer, and small things for them was a big deal. And through those classes, they were doing personal training, they were exercising still with us, and they were part of the groups. They were listening to doing the program. They're able to do small things like going to the bathroom. It was a big deal. And they were able to do without pain, releasing the pain through the mind, and just breathe. Calm yourself. Notice I have clients that were driving and started middle of the driving having a panic attack, which is really common. Panic attack doesn't wake up like, okay, right now, today is the day you're going to have a panic attack. Panic attack just happens.
Right.
So when that happens, you have to be able to control, breathe, calm yourself. And it's hard to say when people's like, when you tell someone calm down, does not work like that. So I was never tell them, and never tell a woman that. Right. That's the worst thing a man said to a woman when they're stressed out fighting. Calm down. Never say that. Just breathe. And but again, there is so many techniques. We do soft belly breathing is one of the techniques. We do count 10 to 1. A square breath, and other types of breath, or going to a safe place in your mind, and things like that.
Love it. Well, Danielly, the people are ready for that difference-making tip. What do you have for them?
One of the things I tell them, the breath. If you have ADD, most of Americans now, they have ADD. Because of technology, it makes us pay attention to so many things, and it makes worse to focus on ourselves. An easy breath that I teach them called soft belly. When you inhale, just imagine the word soft. When you exhale, say to yourself, belly, soft belly. 2 words, because when you have ADD, it's too hard to focus on your breath. Is the hardest thing, and I have it, so I can tell you. When you focus on 2 words, it makes easier for you to start imagining and noticing everything becomes more and more relaxed, and let the exercise and nutrition be part of your life. You only have one body. Treat them right. If you know later, they will come for that. They'll tell you, hey, you did not treat me right, so don't complain right now. And will come. We don't know when, but so just treat them right, so in the future you have less and less problems.
Well, I think that is great stuff. That definitely gets. Come on, Danielly, thank you so much for coming on. Where can people learn more about you? How can they engage with you?
So they can go to daniellysfitness.com, and there you're gonna see few programs, personal training we do online and in person, and the programs, the mind body transformation. They can see there, and also we can also do Instagram or Facebook, Danielly's Fitness, LLY, Danielly's Fitness. Yeah.
Excellent. Well, if you enjoyed as much as I did, show Danielly your appreciation and share today's show with a friend who also appreciates good ideas. Go to daniellysfitness.com. It's DANIELLYS fitness.com. Find her on Instagram and Facebook as well. I'll link all those in the notes of the show. Thanks again, Danielly.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
And until next time, keep fighting the good fight. We are all in this together.